All right, everybody, we are back. Let's dive right in with the key to joy in music. The joyful again. This is the biggest and strongest key to getting your students obsessed with their music. The joyful again is simply a natural human response to experiencing pleasure. Simply put, it's having so much fun doing something that the natural reaction is, let's do it again. Because it's so natural, it's best found in very small children, who are the world's leading experts on joy. I can't say it better than G.K. Chesterton did, so I'll let him. Because children have abounding vitality, because they are in spirit fierce and free, therefore they want things repeated and unchanged. They always say, do it again, and the grown-up person does it again until they are nearly dead. For grown-up people are not strong enough to exult in monotony. For grown-up people are not strong enough to exult in monotony. The truth is, and it's a tragic truth, the joyful again has a tendency to get beaten out of us. And anymore, it's getting beaten out of us earlier and earlier. As I was reading that quote to you, did you have the reaction, but the kids in my class don't have abounding vitality? They aren't free and fierce in their spirit. I've seen that before in little children, but my students don't have that anymore. It's something to think about, because the joyful again, wanting to do something over and over, is a powerful tool. To be able to repeat an action is at the foundation of what it takes to be a musician. You can't advance as a musician if you don't learn to repeat something over and over again. But to be able to repeat joyfully is a game changer. But if from the start your students are set up to not be able to access joy, especially joyful work, well, you've got a lot of work ahead of you. The good news is that you are the best person to help your students rediscover their capacity for joy. You are a music teacher. So let's get into the first thing we can do to help our students remember what it's like to practice the joyful again, or maybe even not remember, but learn what it's like to practice the joyful again. So first thing you're going to do, step one, is you're going to study small children. If you are not already around small children, healthy small children, a lot, you will need a refresher on what this looks like. If you are close to someone with a small child, or if you have a small child, try playing with them. Give it a try. Give it a try. If you're not in that position, if you don't have small children in your life, just Google babies laughing. You will find videos on there of babies laughing at the smallest thing. And often it's something that an adult is doing over and over again. Here are a few clips of what that looks like. Notice that the child is ready to laugh at the same thing over and over. Boo! Boo! 3 bell peppers. Okay, now step 2, you're gonna have to get into game mode. Now I don't mean competition, I mean play. Once you're back in your classrooms and you've done this study, you need to find an opportunity to teach your students a new game. This game is gonna teach 3 things: the joyful again, quality practice, and resilience to pain. Now that sounds funny, but stick with me. I'll point them out when we get there, but before you do anything, you are going to need to get into game mode, into play mode yourself. Do you remember game mode? Remember playing? Before you play this game with your students, take a minute and think about something you enjoy doing, the people you enjoy doing it with, and the place that you tend to do that enjoyable thing, and get yourself mentally into that place. You might be out of practice with play. It's okay. You can start getting better at it right now. Now, step 3 is you're going to choose a small but challenging thing to practice. Now, this has to be really carefully judged. Don't pick something that isn't challenging enough, because your students will master it too quickly. They'll get bored and feel like you're talking down to them. So like if you were playing a game that was way too easy for you, you wouldn't like it. But don't pick something huge or way beyond their ability to master quickly. So for me, I like to look at the music that I'm working on with students and pick one particular part, usually 1, 2 measures, 1 or 2 verses if I'm in choir, that I know will be a challenge, and stop on that one challenge and don't do anything more. And then step 4, you're going to play a game. So in the spirit of not going too long on this video, I'm going to save specific game strategies for the email next week, so be sure to join us. And since we're talking now about how to join us, I want to make sure that all of you are aware of our new upcoming groups. This is really big, really special to me. Between October 1st and November 8th, I'm really happy to say that we will be beginning I Am Music teacher groups. So these groups are going to be an hour and a half once a week. Why are we doing these groups? Well, to put it simply, it seems like a good idea. I often speak at teachers' conferences, at colleges, at district meetings, and so often I get stopped by people after so that they can ask questions about specific issues in specific classrooms. After asking some of you who followed me, how do I make myself more available for these questions, the idea of these groups came about. So what are these groups? What are we doing? They are simply a weekly chance to get together and talk about important issues we face in the classroom and come up with really good strategies. They are an unwind time, but also they're a learn and be inspired time. By the end of 90 minutes, you should be feeling really encouraged, really empowered, really emboldened, and extra educated to try something new. If you liked my book, you're gonna love these groups. You should be able to have a bunch of your questions answered, but also get a new perspective to ponder every week. Now, for these upcoming weeks, we'll be diving really deep in how to create joy in our students so that they practice harder and with better attitudes. Guys, seriously, this is a game changer for your classrooms and studios. You do not want to miss these groups. Now, besides these once a week groups, you will get 30 minutes of one-on-one time with me, once before the group starts and once after. So an hour total. If you're interested to know more about these groups, click on the link that's in the email or in the doobly-doo under the video if you're watching this on YouTube, and fill out an interest form. I can't wait to hear from you.